In the endless labyrinth of the Vex network, a sinister secret lurks, hidden from the eyes of the Guardians. As the mysteries of the conductor are still waiting to be discovered, a new enemy may emerge we should be keeping our eyes on. The echoes have stirred more than just some simulated Ishtar collective scientists. What are the Vex keeping from us? Hello, everyone. I apologize for the lack of videos. My editor has been having PC issues since mid-June. And well, as you will see in this video, I am not a very good editor. But I did want to get a video out because I have been a little slack on content here on YouTube outside of some shorts. Hopefully he will have a working PC next month, and I hope you guys do not hold my lack of editing skills against me, as this is only temporary. As a reward for watching this video, I will let you all see my cat. You'll never know when it's going to happen because, well, I don't even know yet. I have always enjoyed Lovecraft and the Elder Gods and cosmic horror based in his mythos. So when I smell a Lovecraftian idea in Destiny, I get very excited. We know that the Jovians, Zur, are Lovecraftian, as well as Nezarec and his cult. But it seems a new possible Elder God or cosmic horror has entered the lore. The Great Quiet Thing. In the seasonal lore book on the page, As a Stranger Give It Welcome, the Echo of Command enters the Vex network on Nessus. The Echo lands and starts calling out to those who reside in the Vex network. The call seems almost compulsive, as if those that feel it have no choice but to reach out and try to answer. The Vex themselves, though, ignore it and do not feel the call. In this lore page, we see that Ashur is still somewhat alive and still just as cranky as ever. One of Osiris's reflections is still traveling around the Vex network, zooming, and Zygira is still alive. We do not know how the reflection of Zygira will, or even if it will impact the story, but this does leave open the possibility of our Osiris getting his light back, or at least his companion. And lastly, there is the mention of the 220 plus simulated Ishtar scientists and something new. I'll read part of the passage here. The Great Quiet Thing, the Notot Worm, kept its eyes closed and ignored the call. It was still too soon, it decided. It shivered, the motion forming cascading bubbles of new hypothetical situations in which it did not shiver. These contradictions soured and burst, scattering nutrients into the network. There is no mention in Destiny lore of this Notot Worm, but whatever it is very powerful. Of all the beings that felt the Echo's call, this is the only one that ignored it. And not only did this Notot Worm ignore it, but they knew the power this Echo held and decided to wait. It wasn't time to command. They needed to wait for the perfect moment. Everyone else that felt the call was driven to the Echo, almost forcefully. It says they basically climbed over each other, desperately trying to be the first to grab it. They shouted over each other as they got closer to the Echo, and they started to form bodies the closer they got. You can really feel the draw and compulsive desire to grasp the Echo in the final section of this lore page. More reached and more still, warping the matrix of the network around the incursion point until the bounds of their simulations formed tentative spikes of frantic ferrofluid. As they stretched, they became defined, clarified, like figures stepping into light. And as they neared this shimmering pinpoint, a rush of their voices. We need to warn them. There's still a chance. Saint, hold on to me. I am owed this. Hurry, get Shim. There isn't enough of me left. Tell Elsie prateth still. Please, please wait. Warn them. I have to warn them. They reached a spiraling halo of desperate fingertips, but only one of them would be the first. Now, we do know that this one that was the first is a simulated Maya Sundaresh, MSun 12, but not the Great Quiet Thing, who basically yawned and went back to sleep. This is the equivalent to your alarm going off to remind you it's time to go to work, and you just hit the snooze and never show up to your job. And not only did you not show up to your job, but you did a small stretch and changed the entire past. That's what this great quiet thing did. It did a small shiver and created hypothetical simulations that made possibilities where it had never shivered to begin with. It changed the past, its own actions from ever happening. How powerful is this thing? Ignores a compulsive call to command, and just by shivering can create a new past for itself. While, yes, it only created simulations of the past that never really happened, what kind of power would this thing have if it had gotten a hold of this echo? Could it rewrite reality? We have no idea what this great quiet thing is, but we do know what it most likely is not. It's called the Notot Worm, so not a worm god. No wish was made when it changed the past, so not an Ahamkara. And there is no instance of an Ahamkara rewriting the past anyways. We also know it most likely is not a Vex mind. Vex minds have very distinct names that are easily spotted. It could be related to the worm gods or Ahamkara as a cousin of sorts, but we have nothing in lore that suggests there are similar beasts out there. While we know very little about the great quiet thing, the Notot Worm, the fact that it was included in this lore page is very important. For one, it's the only being we have never heard of before in this lore passage, and we are shown how powerful this beast is. It is lurking in lore, and one day may show up again when it is ready. Thank you all for watching this video, and a special thank you to my best Muffin and Above members, Pulse, Amid, Prince Mav, Son of a Mitch, and a thank you to my VIP Discord members, Puddles, Amid, Broken Petals, Away Galaxy, Pulse, Quick Draws, Sir Hobbit, and SYNJ. And as always, hunters never die.